My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Here is Shamim Ghumro, Assistant Professor in English, Government College for Women, Khairpur. My dears, we have arranged these lectures to help you in these days while we are all at homes due to these critical conditions. As you all know that our course has been shortlisted, and the topic I have selected from first year class is United Nations. It is also one of those shortlisted syllabus. So we are going to discuss its foundation, its structure, its special bodies which are working for the welfare of mankind. So let's start with the foundation of United Nations. Why it was founded? Actually, the Second World War, which was started in 1939 and ended in 1945. It was a long time of discontent. Millions of people had been killed and wounded. Millions became homeless. Properties had been destroyed. So the nations of the world came closer and cried, "Let there be peace." That was the time when the world was getting closer by the means of telephone, telegraph, and wireless. These were helping the quick exchange of news and information. Moreover, the aeroplane was linking the distant part of the world. So, the nation of the world came closer in 1945 April, and this organization was founded. Actually, what was its motive? Its motive was to maintain peace in the world, to end war in the world. But as you know that war is a high political issue. When they were trying to resolve any quarrel by table talk, instead of being resolved, it was becoming more worse. लेकिन यहाँ पर भी उन्होंने हौसला नहीं अपना कम होने दिया. उन्होंने एक और तरीका निकाला इन मसाइल को हल करने के लिए और अमन कायम करने के लिए. That was their special bodies through which they have done work for the welfare of mankind. In this regard, there is International Bank. International Bank which gives money, gives loan to member nation. Here in our syllabus, as there is a wide area of works of United Nations, but we have a limited area, that is our textbook. तो हमें उसी लिहाज से चीज़ों को डिस्कस करना होगा, वरना यूनाइटेड नेशंस की बहुत सारी मिसालें हैं जहां पर उन्होंने मुख्तलिफ ममालिक के लिए काम किया है. और दूसरी चीज़ ये कि ये बुक आज से 30-40 साल पहले की एडिट हुई भी है, इसलिए हम उसमें कोई चेंज नहीं ला सकते, हमें उसके मुताबिक चलना है. इंटरनेशनल बैंक ने मेक्सिको सिटी, जिसे कि आज आप लोग एक मोस्ट एडवांस कंट्री के तौर पर जानते हैं, they have taken loan from international bank and have planted a power plant. पावर प्लांट इम्प्लांट करने की वजह से मेक्सिको सिटी ने 3-4 साल में इतनी तरक्की की कि उनकी जो एजुकेशनल रेट थी दैट वाज 3-fold ग्रेटर देन अर्लियर. फिर उन्होंने अपनी प्रिंटिंग प्रेस स्टार्ट की, अपने नाइट स्कूल, नाइट कॉलेजेस स्टार्ट किए, एंड इन दिस वे दे हैव प्रोग्रेस्ड रैपिडली. Then there is UNICEF. It is an organization for child welfare. उसके बाद आती है WHO, World Health Organization. अब ये यूनिसेफ और WHO मिलकर पूरी दुनिया में हेल्थ से रिलेटेड इश्यूज को सॉल्व करते हैं. स्पेशली हियर इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ इंडोनेशिया. इंडोनेशिया में एक बीमारी फैली थी, यॉज, in which affectee had a high temperature and red spots on their bodies. WHO, in collaboration with UNICEF, had sent their experts and medicine and had wiped out yaws from there. Then there was malaria in India, Uttar Pradesh. It was also wiped out by the teams of WHO and UNICEF. Then there is another organization, FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization. This organization sent pesticides and literature regarding the storage of food items and to secure crop for a long time. उसके बाद है यूनेस्को, the most important. Actually यूनाइटेड नेशन का जो एम था, that was to maintain peace. Through UNESCO, they have spread education, knowledge, science, culture, and as we know that educated people do not indulge into war. It was another way of maintaining peace in the world. So United Nations sent their experts to member nations to spread the knowledge about science and education, science and culture. And in this way, their expert uh, train the local people, and those local people can train a full community regarding these things. Then there are the organs of United Nations. These are also here. You have found some more organ, but we have to go through the text of the lesson, so we will discuss a few among them. First of all is General Assembly. General Assembly is one of the most important part of United Nations. It is composed of all the member nations. Every member nation can send their uh, 5 representatives, but those 5 representatives can cast one vote. General Assembly can consider any problem related to peace and advancement of happiness and justice in the world. Then there is the Security Council. Security Council is made up of 15 members. Out of those 15, 5 are permanent, while 10 are elected for a term of 2 years with the approval of General Assembly. These 5 permanent members had a special power that is called veto power. This veto power is enabled them to say no to any problem, and that problem will not be discussed for a time being. Then there is the chief officer. The chief officer of United Nations is Secretary General, who is elected for a term of 5 years with the approval of Security Council. Secretary General had some special political responsibilities. He had to make a report to the General Assembly on the work of the organization. There is a staff of 3,500 people who are working directly under Secretary General in New York. New York is the headquarters of United Nations. Moreover, except these 3,500 people, there are thousands of people throughout the world who are working for the task of United Nations. One thing more, even they are those people who are working for United Nations, they do not possess any national or personal identity. They always introduce themselves as the worker of United Nations. Their outlook is international. वो किसी मजहब, किसी कौम को प्रोमोट नहीं कर रहे होते, वो प्रोमोट कर रहे होते हैं यूनाइटेड नेशंस को. Moreover, United Nation is had achieved many tasks, especially these days while we are in this critical era of COVID-19. United Nations had worked throughout the world for the welfare of people. They have sent sanitizers and all those things which are necessary to for having some precautions regarding the COVID-19. One thing more, at the end of my lecture, I will recommend you that kindly go through the text of the lesson, because this year you have to prepare for MCQs type of questions. Last year you had been promoted in your next classes, but this time you have to go through the MCQs type of questions. In this regard, your text will help you to solve all those MCQs. I hope you will understand, you will follow these. Thanks and wish you best of luck. Allah Hafiz.